Okay, I am going to quickly make some organic, high cocoa, very nice tasting chocolate bars. So what I tend to use is the Lindt 90% cocoa bars. Put 1.5 or 2 bars of that in your Pyrex bowl, ideally. And you want a small saucepan with some water in it, and that's boiling. And just pop that on top. Add another bar. These bars, I tend to make them quite thick, and I tend to turn them into like my antioxidant fix for the day. Sometimes I put in MCT oil, but I will not be doing that today, because I want to be eating this chocolate now, and this now I think it's about 4 p.m, something like that. 6 p.m, okay, 6 p.m, and I certainly don't want MCT oil to be switching my brain on right now. I need to chill today. Okay, so what I've also got here is organic cocoa butter as buttons. Don't eat them as they are, they're not very nice. And I put in, with 2 bars, I tend to put in about 2 handfuls of the cocoa butter. Cocoa butter is really good for your skin, and just a really good oil to have in the body. And that's about it for now. I'm going to let that melt. I'll be stirring that as it starts to melt, and then I'll be back with the next bit in a minute. Okay, so now it's melted. You've got all the cocoa butter and the dark chocolate together. You can either use Swerve or any other sweetener to do this, but I'm going to use glycine and inulin today for this one. He hasn't had any. Okay, so I'm going to use 1.5 tablespoons of glycine. I'll tell you later what the reasons why you would use glycine, and I'm going to use inulin. This is organic inulin, it's a powdered form, and this is really quite sweet, so I will use that to sweeten my chocolate instead of Swerve. And the benefit of using inulin to do this is inulin is a prebiotic, i.e. it's not a pro, it's a pre. Meaning probiotics do all of this in your gastrointestinal tract, pro, and then when you get down to that last bit of the colon, it's prebiotics. And prebiotics are usually triggered by things like butyric acid. Okay, so I'm going to be using inulin in this. Make sure this is cooled down before you put the inulin in. And I'll come back to you in a little while and tell you how I finish this off and what flavours I'm going to be putting in. So now that the melted chocolate and the glycine has cooled down a little bit, I'm going to be putting in the inulin. So why would I use glycine? Why would I put glycine in my chocolate? Glycine is actually an amino acid. Now most of us can create glycine or consume glycine from a high protein diet or lots of protein in our diet. So for those of you who are not having lots of protein or a good level of protein or quality proteins, glycine would be something I would suggest. There's also some evidence that's showing that glycine it may improve your sleep, but it's also very good at just being this whole motor. It's like this whole machine in the body that helps us stay well and healthy. So there are lots of benefits to glycine. I will be putting in my heaped tablespoon of inulin. So remember, inulin's that prebiotic, not a probiotic. Okay, whisk all that up. Make sure you've got no lumps, because that won't be nice if you've got lumps of the inulin in there. You're not having any, that's for sure. Maybe getting all excited about that. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I've got some grease-proof paper in a glass tray here. And all I'm going to do is just pour it in like so. Okay. From there, I'm just going to press it down, let the chocolate run into all the corners. So keep the corners up if you can. It's a very raw kind of thing. My kind of cooking, there's no fuss. Okay, then from there, I am going to be putting in
dog noises, not human noises.
I use hazelnuts because they're really good antioxidant. They got good oils in them, so I'll just sprinkle them on top like so, and they will sink to the bottom. That's fine. Sprinkle with anything. I like a crunch. And then the last thing that I'll be doing is a spoonful of cream, tablespoon of cream, and then just creating pretty patterns. I think that's the only fussy thing that I do to my chocolate. And this just takes away the potential for it to be a bitter chocolate. Not that it would when you've got things like the inulin and glycine in there. So this is a really super duper healthy butt cooking chocolate. Now what we do from there is we just move this into the freezer, and then you just allow it to freeze for about half an hour, and then chocolate will be ready to consume. See you in half an hour. Oh, we stopped.
No.
Okay, so it's just come out the freezer. There it is, marbled, healthy, keto, whatever, however you want it. And then basically I just break it up and put it into bite sizes in a glass jar, and then that go in the fridge. Now, if you cannot be arsed to make yourself your own chocolate, then I would highly recommend, as I have tasted them all the bars, and they are on the OFood website, .co.uk, and that is these two bars here, and there's also another one. There is hazelnut and almond. So this is just plain dark chocolate, this is pumpkin seeds and sea salt. One bar is hazelnut, one bar is almonds, and you'll see the video of me consuming them as well. But this one is my own made one with the inulin and glycine. Have a great day.